Good evening, and welcome back to the only corner of the internet where we refuse to accept the surface-level narrative. You are watching whatever you need. If you are looking for the truth behind the perfectly curated Instagram feeds and the rehearsed red carpet smiles, you have found your sanctuary. Before we descend into the complex, heart-wrenching story we have prepared for you today, please ground yourself in our community. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to stay ahead of the gossip, and if you truly value the depth of our storytelling, click that join button. Your membership is the lifeblood of this channel, allowing us to fearlessly explore the stories that others are afraid to touch. Tonight, we are dissecting a moment that has sent a tremor through the very foundation of the Turkish entertainment world. We are talking about Baris Arduç. We are talking about a dinner with friends that turned into a confession, a fleeting glance that turned into a headline, and a phrase that has opened a rift between the past and the present. For years, fans have whispered about the connection between Baris and his former co-star, Elçin Sangu. But today the confirmation didn't come from a fan theory. It came from the most unexpected source imaginable, Baris's current girlfriend. She has broken her silence, and in doing so, she has shattered the illusion that time heals all wounds. Today we ask, can you ever truly say goodbye to a love that shaped you? To understand the magnitude of this week's events, we must first look at the source. Baris Arduç's current partner, a woman whose name has been kept relatively quiet, shielded from the blinding glare of his fame, decided to step into the light. She spoke to a local media outlet, but this was not a standard interview filled with platitudes about happiness and future plans. It was a resignation. It was a confession of a woman who has realized she is living with a ghost. Her voice, described by reporters as calm but devastatingly firm, uttered the sentences that are now echoing across every social media platform. I'm not a jealous woman. But there are looks that can't be hidden. And when I saw her, I understood everything. Baris still looks at Elçin as if no time has passed. Let's unpack the weight of that statement. This is not the accusation of a lover scorned by infidelity. It is the observation of a partner who realizes she is invisible when the past walks into the room. She did not scream, she simply observed. She confirmed what thousands of Kiralik-esque fans have fantasized about for years, that the chemistry we saw on screen was not acting. It was a captured reality that refuses to fade. I want to pause right here and ask you, the jury of this channel, do you believe it is possible to love two people at once, one in the present, and one in the memory? Or is looking at the past a betrayal of the present? Pause the video, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you appreciate this level of honest analysis. The catalyst for this explosive interview was not a random Tuesday. It was a specific event in Istanbul. A glittering awards ceremony where the elite of the industry gathered to celebrate success. Baris and Elçin were both in attendance. On the red carpet, under the scrutiny of hundreds of flashing cameras, they played their parts perfectly. They maintained a professional distance, the kind of polite separation that ex-colleagues are expected to uphold. But the real story, as always, happened where the cameras couldn't see. Sources close to the situation claim that the gala became a theater of tension. During the event, the professional mask slipped. There were smiles exchanged across crowded tables, smiles that carried the weight of shared history. And then, the moment that reportedly broke the current girlfriend's heart, a brief, hushed conversation backstage. A witness who was standing near the curtain described the scene. It wasn't a long dialogue. It was a moment of vulnerability. According to this source, Baris leaned in and whispered something that sounded like, I can't help but think about what we were. And Elçin? She didn't argue. She didn't walk away. She simply smiled, a smile that perhaps said more than 1,000 pages of dialogue ever could. This interaction was the spark that lit the fuse. It forced the current partner to confront a painful reality. She was competing with a memory that was still very much alive. In the same viral interview, Baris's partner confessed to a feeling that is universally terrifying, the sensation of being a placeholder. It's not about competing with Elçin, she explained, showing a rare emotional maturity. It's about taking a place that was always his. And I felt that from day one. A part of him never came back from the past. This admission paints a tragic picture of their relationship. It suggests that despite being physically present, despite the dinners and the public appearances, a piece of Baris's soul remained tethered to an era that ended years ago. She described an insecurity that wasn't born of paranoia but of intuition. She felt the emptiness in the rooms of his heart that she was trying to fill. This confession has divided the public. On one side, there is a wave of sympathy for this woman, who has dared to speak the uncomfortable truth. On the other, the Elber fandom, the legions of hopeless romantics, see this as the ultimate validation of their unwavering belief that the duo is destined to be together. Naturally, all eyes turn to Elçin Sangu. How does one respond to such a public dissection of one's private impact? Elçin, known for her intelligence and wit, did not issue a press release. She did not call a press conference. She chose the weapon of the modern age, Instagram. A few hours after the interview went viral, Elçin posted a story. It was a stark, black and white image, perhaps a metaphor for the clarity of the past versus the grayness of the present. Overlaid on the image was a phrase that set the internet ablaze: "Time doesn't erase what's true, it just hides it better." The comments poured in like a tidal wave. Was this a direct dig at the interview? Was it a message of reassurance to Baris? Or was it a simple philosophical musing? Those who know Elçin believe nothing she does is accidental. By claiming that time hides the truth rather than erasing it, she seems to be agreeing with the girlfriend's assessment. The feelings haven't vanished, they have simply gone underground. The drama moved from the digital world to the physical streets of Istanbul. Amidst this media frenzy, Barış Arduç was intercepted by reporters as he attempted to leave a restaurant in the upscale district of Nişantaşı. He looked like a man besieged. He tried to evade the barrage of questions with that trademark awkward smile we have seen before when he is cornered. But the reporters were persistent. They wanted a denial. They wanted him to say it was all nonsense. Instead, Baris couldn't help but utter a phrase that has now become the headline of the week: "There are chapters that never close, they are simply kept silent." The reporter, seizing the moment, pressed him: "Are you referring to Elçin?" Baris did not answer with words. He responded with an ambiguous gesture, a half shrug, a look of resignation, before getting into his car and disappearing into the night, leaving the flashing cameras behind. But that sentence, "chapters that never close," is far more damaging than a denial. It is a poetic admission of guilt. It confirms that the silence between him and Elçin is not empty, it is full. While Baris's representative frantically issued a statement claiming Barış Arduç is focused on his career and asks for respect for his private life, claiming there would be no further comments, the damage was already done. It was too late. The genie was out of the bottle. Meanwhile, the current girlfriend has gone dark. She hasn't been seen in public, nor has she posted on social media. Rumors suggest the relationship is on hold, crumbling under the weight of her own honesty. Adding fuel to the fire, a close friend of Baris, speaking anonymously to an online magazine, pulled the curtain back even further. He never really got over Elçin, the friend revealed. Sometimes, while we're filming or out, he mentions her unintentionally. He talks about things they experienced together as if they were yesterday. That's not easy for whoever is with him now. And here is where the story takes a twist into the professional realm. The industry smells blood, and where there is blood, there is opportunity. Rumors are swirling that producers are looking to capitalize on this palpable, real-life emotional tension. There is reportedly a proposal on the table for a dramatic miniseries inspired by second chances. The concept: two lovers who separated years ago are forced to confront the wreckage of their past. It sounds suspiciously like a biography. Although neither has signed, the mere possibility has the industry buzzing. It would be media sensation, commented one entertainment journalist. The chemistry is still there, there's no denying it. As we reach the end of this analysis, we are left with one final image. Elçin Sangu was recently spotted at a cafe in Cihangir, the bohemian heart of the city. A paparazzo managed to capture snippets of a conversation she was having with a stylist. Amidst laughter, there was a moment of somber reflection. She was allegedly heard saying, "The past always finds a way to come back, especially if there are unfinished matters." Is the story between Baris and Elçin truly over? Or are we simply witnessing the emotional echoes of a relationship that defined them both? The girlfriend's interview has ripped the bandage off a wound that never healed. Baris's confession has validated the pain. And Elçin's silence speaks volumes. The truth is, while social media buzzes and we speculate, neither Baris nor Elçin has given a clear answer. And in the world of entertainment, that ambiguity is practically a confirmation. Thank you for diving deep with us today on Whatever You Need. What do you think should happen next? Should they film this project and risk everything, or should they leave the past in the past? Let us know in the comments. And please, if you enjoyed this video, click the join button to support our team. Until next time, remember, some chapters are silent but they are never empty. Goodbye.